For today's video, we're going to dive into the world of interior design, but with a twist. So if you know me, you know I'm cheap, I'm a sucker for deals, I like DIYing, so I put all of these things together, all these loves, and what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go to the dollar store. We're gonna buy things that at first glance don't really have much potential, and then we're gonna DIY them and make them into very beautiful and expensive looking home decor that you would have never guessed came from the dollar store. And I went to the dollar store myself and I grabbed some things that I thought had potential, or I used my imagination to find a way to make it work and make it look into something actually really beautiful that you can put and use to decorate your home with. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so for the first DIY, you need 2 silver trays, scissors, string, a hot glue gun, clips, and pictures to hang on the trays. So I found these 2 trays at the dollar store, and I used my black chalkboard spray paint to make them black and change their ugly silver color. And I think they came out a lot better, and you can already tell the difference. So after that, what I did was I used the hot glue gun to glue the clips onto the trays. I made sure to glue it at a distance where it wouldn't be too high up but also not too low, to give just the right amount of space for the pictures to hang. So now what I did was I grabbed the string that I purchased at the dollar store with the trays, and I measured it out so that it would be around the same size so that the placement of the trays wouldn't be weird. And then I used the hot glue gun to glue the string to the back of the tray. I made sure to use a lot of glue just to be safe so that it wouldn't fall off. Not that anything would happen, since nothing is very delicate if it does end up falling, but just, you know, so that that doesn't happen. And then after that, I double glued it again on the back just to be extra safe. And in total, this project I think cost me around $3, since I only bought the twine and then the 2 trays. All other materials I had already at home, and I think it looks really good. For the next project, I found a couple of baskets at the dollar store that were a really funky color and not at all the color palette I wanted to use for the decoration of my brother's room. So I used the same spray paint in the last project to spray paint these and change their ugly color to a black chalkboard paint color. And I think it really upscaled them and makes them look a lot better. Okay, so for this third hack, I did not actually find these trays at the dollar store, but I found them in the next best place. I found them in Walmart, and they were around like $2, which is still a great deal, and it still kind of applies as our dollar store hack. So what I did was I grabbed some of the thick string I had bought at the dollar store, and I made them long enough so that they reached the wall and they could hang on a wall without them sitting really awkwardly. And I tied them at first really tight, but then I decided that tying them was just not gonna be enough. So I used some hot glue to make the bond a little tighter and stronger so that it would hold enough weight for it not to, you know, untie and fall off. It would just be safer that way. And then I made the loop on the top of the string for where it would be hung on the screw or the pin or whatever I decided to hang it with. Okay, so this fourth DIY, you're gonna have to bear with me because it is a process, but it's very gratifying, and I would just suggest to do it as you're watching a show or something because it does take a while. Okay, so how I started was I grabbed a lot of the white twine I had bought at the dollar store and I made it into a thick loop, and then I just made a knot around the center circle of the hoop, and then I just did that like 50 more times, and then I cut all of the ends, all of the connected ends to make it flow out. And then after that I just had to play with it, to be honest with you. And what I did, where my imagination took me, was that I hooped it around the center circle and the outer circle and started making like a triangle shape. And then after that I did it again, but on the opposite side, and it kind of just ended up looking like two triangles coming together. Okay, so at this point what I started to do was fill up all the dark metal spaces with white twine. So I just basically looped it around every single dark space I could find, making sure that all of the metal was covered, and it came out to look really good, I think. After that, what I did was I went over a lot of the twine with hot glue just to make sure that it was set in place and it wouldn't just like unwind, because that would have been disastrous and a waste of time. So yeah, I definitely like went over it a million times with the hot glue to make sure that all the twine stayed in place and there was no chance of it falling out. And then for the finishing touches, what I did was I went over everything with glue once more, and then I cut all of the tassels that still had hoops in them. And then after that I used my fingers to separate all the strands to make the tassels look a little more full. And at that point I was finally done. Okay everyone, that is all for today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it inspiring, and I hope that you will now save some money and DIY your home decor like me. If not, I hope you found entertainment from this. But anyways, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel, and if you like this video, make sure to like and comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.